Mr. Rodney Pusey. Welcome to another episode of the RoadFS podcast. We are here with the detailers of the round table.
All right. What's up, guys? Hello,
What's
everybody.
going on?
It's Jody off guard with some kind of a crude joke or something, but I
I wasn't expecting it. I wasn't ready.
My turn to throw you
and,
for
and
a
he's wearing
curveball.
tights too.
No, I wasn't ready.
Like men in tights, right?
We're men.
Yep.
So good morning and welcome to another episode of the RoadFS podcast. And again, we're taking over with the detailers of the roundtable today to talk about what that is. A lot of people want to know what it is. So we got Kirk Evans, Mike Rhines. We got all the people here and Jody and Rod. So it's a 4-person podcast.
I know. 4 people, baby.
Yeah.
Well, we're super excited to have you. Welcome, guys.
Thank you. Yeah.
How's
We
it going?
appreciate the opportunity to kind of answer some questions, go over some things. So it's hard to get proper information out all the time. So we thought this would be a great opportunity to do that. So we can get more information out and be on repeat so people kind of have a better idea what we plan on doing and what we have our vision set on.
Yep.
There you go. Well, first of all, let's introduce you guys because some people may mistaken you for ZZ Top. So in the upper right, Kirk Evans, and in the middle, we have Mike Rhines. And so welcome, gents. Richard's asking me if I've been drinking. Yeah. Free workout and protein drinks here, baby.
We were talking a shot of whiskey a day earlier, though. It was a different topic, but
that was my grandma.
Hey, that cured a lot of ailments, right?
That's right.
At one time, yeah.
So what is this detailers of the round table?
Well, we had a vision for a while, and we talked about it probably a year prior before we made announcements. It was kind of a fun thing to talk about. We went to MTE, and believe it or not, we were sitting there between classes and event timing for breakfast and such, and we sat around a round table, and we kind of goofed around about it and kind of had some fun with it. And I said, hey, that's kind of cool, and I said, hey, everyone at this table, we're going to get certificates out. This is a class. This is a good meeting of the minds, and it kind of went from there. And, the round table has a lot of meaning to us as we fleshed it out and saying everyone's equal. We have people in charge, but there's no head. Everyone's idea matters. We listen to everyone's opportunity or vision, and if it aligns with ours, and we kind of hash it out during our board meetings. Everybody's vote matters. Everybody's opinion matters. And that's kind of how we want to structure things for our trainings as well, and our mentorships and detailers for hire as we develop that foundation.
Yep.
So it's kind of a cool story. It was kind of neat how it happened. And we did the soft launch at SDC, proof of concept there. And then we were immediately behind the 8 ball. We had a good reception from the industry and different companies. And we're growing pretty quick, getting a lot of what we call guilds, which are businesses that associate with us, donate products in their time. And it's a great opportunity to compile together the leaders of the industry to kind of learn together and, make great content and visit. It's always good to recharge your batteries when you're at these events. So if we can make more of those, hey, that's a win-win for everybody, I think.
Absolutely. One thing that we've always focused on was training. There's a lot of it going on in the industry, and that's awesome. A lot of people are investing in themselves. They're investing in their skill set. Let's face it, we're not really recognized as a skilled trade yet. I know that is a goal that a lot of people in this industry would like to see happen. Why not give it a shot? Why not find a way to bring everybody together, unify the industry as one, base it off of knowledge, base it off of fast tracking new and up and coming individuals that want to, excel in their business. Maybe they're just starting a business. Maybe they want to be a professional detailer. Maybe they just want to open up a detail shop and hire people to do it. We don't know what they're wanting to do. We just want to be able to help them.
And we can help seasoned veterans too, because being in it over 20 years myself, every training I always picked up on something. So always having a willing, open mind to learn something is always beneficial. So we're trying to make a consistent training. So our consistent product is no matter what training you go to or any of our royalty members, which are our trainers, come to, you get the same result. It's just like going to a restaurant, your favorite restaurant. You go there because you know what you're getting every time. So we're trying to get some consistency with our trainings, and as a whole, as an industry, we get accepted processes and things that are a professional level. So if we do that, I think the industry grows and is taken more seriously. And these younger kids coming up, men and women coming up, look at the industry as a professional career for them and a good lucrative opportunity for them. So that's our vision. That's what we see. And I just want to give back. I call it passing the torch. So my knowledge and my skill set does no good to anyone else if I keep it to myself. So I love to share that with others, learn together, grow together, and raise the bar to the industry as a whole.
Yeah.
So let's talk about, you have an upcoming detailing event. It's in conjunction with the IDA's worldwide training event.
Global event. Yes.
It is a global event. It's IDA related, and you guys have organized one. So let's talk about the one that you've put together and extend an invitation to those people that are in the neck of the woods that would be interested to participate.
So the first event that we have coming up is going to be, it's a 1, 2, or 3 day event. You get to pick, but it's going to be the 9th, 10th, and 11th. Sorry, I had to think about that. It's a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Go ahead. What?
Of October.
Yes, of October. It is. We are going to be having an IDA meet and greet that Monday. We are going to host the IDA SV event that Tuesday morning. Bob Rossman, the global trainer for Carbright, is going to be proctoring that event. We also have Nate Warren, who's going to be putting on a Marine certification class on that Wednesday. In that class, you are also going to get, and we just made this official, Bob Myers will be there to help Nate proctor a Marine certification for the IDA as well. So we wanted to make it very clear that, because one thing that we noticed was a lot of people were asking us, are you in competition with the IDA? No. As a matter of fact, we just got approved to be members for the IDA just yesterday or 2 days ago. Yeah. The IDA, let's face it, they have set the foundation. Of course, there were other leading organizations that came before them, but the IDA is the one that has helped pave the way for our foundation for this industry. And, if we can help them, that's what we want to do.
Yeah, we definitely want to knock down any progress they've done and the recognition they have. And we joined the IDA to show and extend the olive branch to not only the IDA, but other people to understand that we are not a competing force with the IDA or any other company, any other training facility for that matter. We just want to do more. And with our trainings, we're having an opportunity to have so much value there because let's face it, when detailers take off, they have limited time. Sometimes it's not about the money, but it's about the time. So with our event coming up, you're able to get the skills validated with the IDA. You get all our certifications through Detailers Roundtable, including a Marine certification and a Frontline Shine certification with Nathan Warren. And as well, we're hosting this time around Angel Wax. So you're able to pick up your Angel Wax certification as well to be able to install for them.
We have about 11 certifications total, including the IDA. 11 plus.
So
what great value that is.
Yeah. Rain is going to be there from Angel Wax. Is that true?
Yeah, Rain's going to be there, and Tommy, I talked to him, and I'm hoping he's able to show up. Love to see him there and get to know him better. Looking forward to the opportunity to kind of talk to all these guys and have some shop talk.
And that class, just for clarification, because I said that we can do a 1 day, a 2 day, and a 3 day class. That is on Tuesday. The Angel Wax certification is going to be on Tuesday. We have it broken down by the day as to what's going to be happening. But when it comes to a 1 day class, we're We're gonna give students the option to pick two of our 4 certifications that we offer as detailers of the roundtable. In conjunction, if you choose the certification for ceramic, you will not only get ours, but you will get an angel wax one, and there is no additional cost on that.
Yeah, there are a couple of things up that we've heard since SDC when this rolled out. So, and I'm going to be the blunt one. So first off, there is nobody in this group in Details of the Roundtable that thinks they're better than anybody else. It is
not a single one of us
for that. The polar.
Let's squash that. Let's tack onto that for just a second. We're not interested in egos.
No, this is
not
ego free. And the thing is, that is one of the main goals of this, is to just put everybody on the same level. And the greatest part about this is because of the guilds that are in the group. So for this training in October, you get Angel Wax certified, you get Marine certified, you get IDA certified. The next training, it may be a different guild. So you may get a certification from a different product company or a different manufacturer.
Ceramic company.
Yeah, and that's
like I can tell you in this one, there's a new one coming, Touch Up RX. They're a new guild, and they're going to offer a crash course on rock chip repair, and they're going to be able to send some stuff home with some students so they can actually try it when they get back home. So
all our products, yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, all the products we're using are going to be guild members. So down to your degreaser, your interior cleaners, everything's going to be a guild member product. So it's beneficial for guilds to join too, because you get a student that's trained on your chemicals that's going to purchase from you in the future. So we're training on those, and they get familiar with them, and they understand that process with that particular chemical. So it's advantageous for them and beneficial for us too to have access to those chemicals to train these students with.
So I have a question that I think some other people may be having, because we've tossed around some words here, right? Guild, royalty member, just
Night, Founders Club.
What is that?
So that is our statuses for the organization. Everybody that comes into this, unless you were pre-invited during our vetted process, everybody starts out as a knight.
Sir Knight Sedrick.
Yeah. Yeah, we knight you into the organization.
He's a
you become a member in good standing once you pay your dues, which are $100 a year. If you attend one of our classes, you get the certification of certified knight. Once you've achieved that, it's just a matter of continuous training, even if it's on your own or with other organizations, bettering yourself, and then showing us that you're bettering yourself and you're trying to, make a difference in whatever way that you can. We want to fast track you. We want to put you on track to hit royalty. Royalty is the next level. Royalty is where we have our trainers. Those are the vetted individuals that we've already brought into this on an invited level. And they are responsible for, I guess, if you will, assisting in the proctoring of our training events. They will also be part of our detail for hire team, which we can get into later. It's not part of this phase.
Yeah,
it's coming up. So details for hire, we're building a foundation. So once you get trained with a process that's consistent, say a shop has a 100 car overspray job, they sprayed a water tower, and they have a 3-man crew. Well, they can plug into our detail portal and hire detail professionals from our organization that have been trained and vetted, so they can hire them. That would be contract based, and they'll be held to that. So they'll fly out with how many ever guys you need to do that in a certain amount of time. Money goes through the round table. Everybody gets a paycheck and gets paid. So what a great opportunity to have that on tap, to have detail professionals to do bigger jobs. Because I know that I've had to turn down some jobs where I hadn't had access to trained individuals. And there's a lot of travel
actually show up to do the job and do it properly.
Yeah, so
they'll be under contract. So,
go ahead.
More questions. First off, Steve, no, the class is not full. It does have a limit, and we are filling up extremely fast.
Yeah.
Yes. It is a 15-person limit, and that is only due to the location, being that this is hosted at Frontline Shine in Indianapolis. Due to the amount of vendors that we will have, and the people that rep those vendors, we are only going to have room for about 15 students. And I can tell you that we are filling that up right now.
Yeah. But it's not full. The other thing is, and you touched on it there with the for hire thing. This is another unique thing about Detailers of the Roundtable, is that there is not like someone at the top that's taking all the money, and then everybody else is coming in not getting any pay. Everybody's the same. Everybody's paid.
Right. Yeah.
The key thing there is, because I know somebody asked this, is, why do you guys think you can certify somebody? Everybody that's doing the certifications is IDA, SV. If we're doing an IDA event and a certification, they're all RITs. Everybody that's proctoring, we follow all the rules of the IDA. And so that is kind of our guiding organization. As you talk about us becoming a recognized skilled trade, we have an organization that has credits, that has training, that has certification. And we are just trying to be part of that group and kind of enhance people's training. And like you said, we want to build everybody up. This is what the whole reason for this is. Everybody has a different business. Everybody's doing their own thing. You got people in Colorado, you got people in Kentucky, you got people in Tennessee. But when they come together and they work on a project, they're not competing with each other. They're just trying to help somebody out and do the job that we're all doing.
That's the unity part. Yeah. You see unity if you're looking for it when you go to these trade shows, when you go to different training events, you see people getting along. The one thing that we emphasize the most on is unity. We have a no one company policy, meaning there isn't one company that drives all of this. We invite everybody to be a part of this because we want everybody to unify. Yep. We see the division. There's division. People can say there isn't. We see it.
Yeah. So let's answer the question that Sarah had. So is membership open to non-full-time detailers, just a weekend warrior?
Absolutely. Yeah. We'd love to have anybody, any capacity, even if you're just a car guy or car girl and you're just interested in the
DIY or
personal car.
It doesn't matter. Most people aren't even a full-time detailer. Some people work full-time doing something else. For a lot of people, this is a side hustle. It was for me when I very first started. So why neglect people that want to learn and better themselves?
Yeah, it's a great opportunity to learn professional skills, even at a DIY level. And if you have a passion for it, we love to have you and teach you and pass that to you too. So that's open to everybody that even has a passion for it. So you get to work with the professional chemicals and meet people in the industry. It's really cool.
Yeah, camaraderie and that.
Personally, Sarah would be a perfect candidate for it because she's got the mentality and the one for all. So actually, Sarah, go to the website and fill it out for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
So one thing I do want to say is because somebody asked about us certifying certifications, etc. A lot of the people that are writing these certifications or have the authority to sign these certifications are already trainers in one way, shape, or form, whether they're a product company or maybe they're an RIT, maybe they're an RIT in training. It doesn't matter. The IDA backs the people that they train, the people that they test, the people that they certify. So, we will be grading during these events on a point system. We're not just going to give these certifications away. They have to hold merit. They have to hold value. And you don't get that by just giving them away. If we base this off of a point system and it's graded, we can go through the students that potentially could be struggling with certain scenarios, certain instances, dial in on them in that class. We want to make sure that they leave certified, but we're not going to just give it to them. And if they don't leave certified, we're going to meet up with them, catch up with them at maybe another show, because we're hoping to do education days at the shows and bring them in and let's try again. Let's get you that certification. You're not going to pay more.
Yeah, it's more than just a piece of paper. It's a check mark that says, hey, I've went through this. I understand the processes. So we're going to test you on it too. Make sure you picked up on it. If it's something you're struggling with, we'll do a one-on-one time there. So that's what they're there for. We're going to be heavy on trainers for that very purpose. So we won't just have one trainer trying to juggle 15 people. We're going to break it down into stations. So you're going to have some one-on-one time because we want you to excel, to understand the processes and even the verbiage. So it's important to understand those words too.
Yep.
So,
and I think the key there is that we want to make sure is that people understand this is our goal, because of the organization, is not just to pass people. You're not guaranteed. It is following the letter of the rules. When you're talking about an SV or you're going to have to make all of those things happen. You got to know the difference between a gear driven and a DA. You've got to know all of the things, the chemical wise and everything. And so I think that's the big thing. And then the other thing is we're providing things. We're providing business training as well. Jody and I are going to be here to talk about different aspects of business and not just our software. It's not about selling you our software. It's talking about the benefits, getting your business organized and how to break down your chemicals per job so that you're getting paid for the chemicals you're using and things like that.
Well, there's a lot of industry-specific business practices that is unique to the detail industry. And we've learned that by the hard knocks, because there was no training available when a lot of us started. Over 20 years ago when I started, you just had to figure it out. You just had to have a passion for it and figure it out. So now we have an opportunity to have all this information compiled together at one spot and talk about business. I'll be leading some of the business training along with Rod and Jody there, and explaining a few different aspects of what works, what hasn't worked. Your demographic has a lot to do with that. But there's a lot of great information, that the do's and don'ts that we can show to better you as a detailer and a business owner, because you can be a great detailer, but if you fail at the business side, you're cutting yourself short. You really are. So there's so many opportunities and aspects that we got to dive into, and we're going to explore those together as a group as we train.
I think one of the things that's exciting for me, and it kind of goes back to a statement at the very beginning of the podcast, and that's trying to make the detailing industry a recognized trade, right?
Correct.
And I think the IDA has done a phenomenal job of setting the foundation in place to make it a worldwide organization and recognized as a trade. The other thing that I see that is super exciting is people like the detail kid. I mean, earlier in the summer, at the end of the year, the detail kid, Steve Thompson Jr., was invited to go to his school and explain why detailing was a great career to pursue, right? And so
it's so exciting, isn't it?
Somebody that is a recognized certified detailer by the IDA, as young as he is, being a voice of, hey man, look at this great opportunity that I've been able to partake of because of the foundation that my dad set, and now he's building on that. And I think that with these types of efforts, it will enable us to make it a recognized trade in the eyes of the government, but most importantly in the eyes of people, right? Because I think in the past it's just been a bucket and a sponge, and I got a job, I'm a detailer, and there's more to being a detailer now than there was 20 years ago, even 10 years ago.
We'd love to show up we'd love to have a practice of showing up at job fairs, where these students, these young adults are coming in and understand, this is an industry you get into to make a career out of. And we want to raise the bar for the industry as a whole and get that congruency. So one thing, we want to break down those walls and the cliques and negate the drama. So when someone younger comes in and sees the industry, they're like, wow, these guys are really great. I really like it. Look at everyone getting along. That's kind of our vision with that, because that's how you attract talented young people to come into the industry. That's how it gets respect for them and the industry as a whole. So as a career path, when you're leaving high school, I want it to be an opportunity for these young kids to say, hey, I want to go into this. Where can I sign up to learn more? Detailing college, right? So I want it to be the real deal.
Well, and I got to give a mad shout out to Bernice Usri.
I love Bernice.
Has done a phenomenal job. She introduced this year a program for the kids that are in the foster care program that are aging out of the system.
Mm-hmm.
And they're also trying to figure out how they're going to get a GED or graduate or just get through.
Yep.
A lot of these kids haven't had the mentorship and the leadership to go, look, this is a career path that is a very viable and successful option for you to pursue. And so she's hosting events and bringing these kids that are in the foster care program, training them, showing them what she's built, because she has an incredible story herself.
Mm-hmm.
And we need this kind of leadership and mentorship. And so it's kind of what I'm excited about, is being able to show like this is a viable career path. We need to put together the training, the professional standards, and the respect among the industry to build this as a viable option for people.
And we can do that. I actually, a couple of years ago, I've got a friend of mine that had a young son and he wanted to go into the trades. And he literally, I got this email from him and he said, can I do an internship in your shop? And I said, I have a shop behind my house and I play in there on the weekends. I don't have, I don't charge anything. He said, it doesn't matter. I've actually got it approved because of my background, because I have certifications in detailing. I was an ASE certified mechanic and everything else, blah, blah, blah. But he was able to do that. So I talked to the school and just filled out a piece of paper showing them the certifications. And I was able to get this high school student internship credit for coming to my shop and learning how to do stuff.
Yeah. How cool is that?
And so
Exactly.
that is the key to this is, you know, and there's a lot of people out here that are very passionate about the training aspect that are already in the roundtable. You know, you've got Rossman, you've got us, you've got you guys, you've got Nathan Warren. There's so many people that are really passionate about it. And then you've got people coming in that are from the guilds. I mean, you got Tommy Ramos and you know,
Joe
LaPalme, Bill. Oh my God, you could just go on forever. You got so many people that are wanting to be in this and be involved. And I think that it's a great thing because you can step out of your own. Like when I'm at work and I'm trying to be Rod, the software guy, right? That's my focus. But when you're talking about the detailers of the roundtable, it's different. When you're training somebody, it's different. You're trying to give them the skills so that they can succeed in their business, which in turn makes you succeed. And I think people don't understand that when we really do care about somebody else making it, when someone calls me up and talks to me about technology and I know they're not using my software, that's when we care. I have real friends that don't use our software because they have an aspect of some other thing that they're using, and that's okay.
Sure.
You know, we've had people come to us all the time and ask us, why do you have that guy in your program? He doesn't use RoadFS. He uses, you know, somebody else's software. And we say, I don't care. I mean, I don't know if you
we're talking about business.
A couple of weeks ago, I had Jason Jackson, who owns Detail Bookie, on the show. He's a good guy. He's a friend of mine. I was texting with him the other day about something else. It is not about him and I competing. We trade customers with each other. And so my thing is I'm kind of a loudmouth. We got another and so I have no problem telling people to knock it off, to don't be that way. We're trying not to be that way. We got a big comment coming here. Behind the seats on there are people who manage work in there. People who
why don't you read that instead of mumbling, because the people,
Stephen Thompson,
at the podcast,
there are people that will manage the work, and then there are people that will do the work. These are two different people with different personalities, and people will want to do the work, and some will want to learn how to own. Yes, absolutely, Joel, and that's why we're going to provide more than just training on a product. It is training on how to run a business, because we got people that have done it. We've got people that have we have in the 3-day course, in the full meal deal, you're going to get different types of training. And I think that's what's important, because I can train somebody how to do one part of it and then they're going to be terrible at another part. And you got to learn that about yourself.
Each guild that's in this all is responsible for a certain segment of the event. You know, and it's listed on the flyer that we have rolling around social media right now. But for instance, we've got Carbright doing the wet work and the prep. We got Leather Repair Company doing the interior. We've got Sonex 3D and Lake Country doing the paint correction and the sanding methods. And then we got Angel Wax doing the ceramic coatings. You know, those are all broken down into segments, and each member is responsible for each one of those segments. We're getting product knowledge from them. That's what matters. The who,
Absolutely.
the what, the why, and the where, and the when that they need to be using those products. There's a time and a place for everything in your arsenal. And then this also shows that you don't have to just stick with one brand. I mean, I know there's a lot of people out there that have one brand, but every brand has a niche also. And it doesn't
There's
hurt
nothing
to
wrong
have
with that. If you like one brand, there's nothing wrong with
No,
that.
not
But
at
we
all.
just give them the opportunity to stick to that one brand or explore other options too. But I know a lot of people go back on a thing you talked about. Joel was talked about with business classes. I know very successful detailing shops. Not a detailer. He's a businessman, and he understands the aspects of the detailing industry, and he hires people as people, and he's able to train them. So if I was a detail shop owner alone and I wasn't a detailer, and I had the opportunity to send my new employees to a training course to be able to go through something, what a great opportunity. Because one benefit of me being a detailer and a business owner is I can train my own people. But what if you can't? We can be that. We can be that outlet for you to be able to send those students to, or we can do one-on-one trainings at your location with your whole crew. It's very flexible like that. So just wanted to touch on that before we got.
We will also have, along with our certified Marine, we are going to have certified motorcycle, and then we are going to be doing certified aviation. We are teaming up, partnering with Sparrowhawk Mobile Detailing. With Josh Hernandez, they're doing amazing things as far as helping write the standard for the aviation detailing industry. It's a full scale course. You're learning the safety and what the do's and the don'ts. So being able to partner up with people like that are really helping pave new ways in this industry. It's what we're trying to achieve.
Aviation. Go ahead, Mike. Sorry, I want to add to that.
I was just going to say that when we do these events, we're going to try to make them as valuable and convenient for people as possible. We're going to try to have convenient locations. The pricing all works out in a certain manner. Our 3-day event, what people don't understand is you get a hotel in that time frame. Like it's all, the hotel's paid for, your food is paid for that time, and your entertainment. If we go out and do something for 1-2 nights, whatever, a lot of people like to unwind after a long day's work or a long day training, and get some dinner, get some drinks, whatever. We want to have fun. We want to make sure that people are enjoying their experience. So when you come to a 3-day class and you look at that price and you're like, oh, holy crap. Don't forget, you're getting value out of this. You're getting a hotel paid for as well in that time. You're getting food, entertainment. It's all inclusive. Yeah. The only thing you got to do is pay that price and get there. So we want to make sure that we're offering value, and our guilds are helping us do that.
And the other,
we're almost like a vacation. It's a work vacation. You come out to this, it's going to be so much fun. I mean, we're detailing, learning stuff, but we're going out and clicking together and discussing things. It recharges your battery. So if you're on a verge of burnout or you're kind of exhausted, come to one of these trainings. It recharges the batteries. It rekindles the fire that got you going in the first place.
Yourself new perspective too, if it's there.
Yeah.
Very enjoyable. I'd like to touch on that because I was talking to a detailer yesterday who uses RoadFS, and I was having a private conversation with him. I'm not going to say his name, but he was like, look, man, he goes, I've just been a little burnout. It's just me in the shop. I'm working every day. Sometimes it's hard to get motivation. I mean, I can detail, but just having the discipline and the motivation to move forward. And events like this creates an opportunity where you can come together, you can get training, you can get inspired by other people, you can learn from other people. You walk away going, you know what? I have a new perspective, because of the people that I've been around and the training that I've got. So I think it's really, really important that, you take advantage of opportunities like this, whether it's, the detailers of the roundtable training, Mobile Tech Expo. These types of events are specifically designed to help not only educate you, but inspire you to move forward in your business in a positive way.
The other thing is and I'm gonna highlight the fact that we're getting so many comments on this. This is the reason for the detailers of the roundtable. You meet people, and you're going to become friends and partners and somebody you can rely on. knows right now if Jody needs help that he calls me on the phone. I don't know how many times somebody has called me up and said, dude, my car broke down. I need your car trailer. And I go 11 o'clock at night, 6
I'm on my way.
It doesn't matter. I know that if we were closer to some of you guys out there, that you could rely on us to help. We've helped people out in situations where we were at Jamie Buchanan's shop in North Carolina, and all his employees went home, and he goes, I still got two
more
dealer
cars.
cars. I got to get out tonight. Jody and I grabbed polishers and started polishing cars.
Yeah.
That's what this is about, is making a connection. And it's no different. I mean, if we're sitting there at Joel LaPalm's place in Kentucky there, and he said, hey, man, we got to get some stuff tonight, we just do it. It doesn't matter. And that is, I think, the key is that everybody's trying to get the good people, and there are so many of us out there, and just put the egos aside and move on. If you meet some of these people that are famous in the industry that have no egos, it's a pleasure to work with them. You know, there's two people we know in Utah that have several shops, and they call each other all the time on a big job, and they've done this on their own. And this is just an extension of that, and trying to get it out to a whole network of people. So if there's some big event, and we've got like
the one thing that's consistent with all of this is the unity. Unity consistent with all of this.
Well, it becomes a real family. I call it the detail family, and I don't say that lightly, because I've been able to reach out to people for advice that I may be struggling with something on a personal or professional level, and you can really lean on these people. When you travel, and we've met people across the U.S. and really around the world that we've got contacts with, and what a great opportunity to have different perspectives to guide you down a path that you may struggle with. We all have different skill sets and abilities, and if I struggle with a particular thing, and I know a detailed family member that is really excels at that, we can lean on each other and excel each other there. So it's networking. I can express how important networking as a whole is. It is so vital to network and make these contacts, so you have that ability to talk to one another and help each other grow. I saw a comment about COVID 2.0. If that ever happened, what we can do, we can have a meeting of the minds and figure out something that works. May have to shift perspectives or shifts how we do something, but together we're way stronger than we are individually in our own garage trying to figure it out. So that's a huge benefit, guys.
Well, and I think this highlights something that sparked an idea in me. You know, I know Rod and Dustin Jackson are planning on having a speaking event at Mobile Tech Expo, but I think Steve Thompson's comment, or Joel LaPalm's comment here, is we need to actually do some training on how to help people manage their business, right? Because when the money's coming in, everybody's happy. The problem is that when the money's coming in, people don't have the experience, the know-how to act strategically. I mean, Rod squeaks when he's sitting, right? He's always thinking about, you know, COVID 2.1 or 2024. You never know, right? And I tend to be a little bit more, all right, let's just invest and let's move forward. But you got to have that balance. And I think this would be a really good, just a full one-day course on how to set up your business. Right. What kind of insurance do you need? How much should you be setting aside for any day? And I think back to the conversation that we had with the gentleman out of Trinidad. He strategically buys product in advance. Karim Khan. Yes. He strategically buys product in advance for two reasons. One, it helps him budget it, but two, it keeps it in stock. And he doesn't about a tragic event like a hurricane or anything like that to keep his business moving.
Yeah. How can you upsell something if you don't have the product in stock? Many opportunities there, your sales pitches and how you can, explain to a customer benefit of a certain product. If you got to order that in, but that customer's there right then, you're losing that sale. You're losing that opportunity. That's all great. And this expands from, tunnel vision or linear thinking into a much more broad vision of what you can do with your business and adapt to the changing, environment or the industry. So it changed their perspective, man.
The industry slows down because of the economy. I mean, in the last couple of weeks, all I see on social media is, "Hey, how do I get more customers? I've been dead for 2 days. I don't got anything going on." And the thing about it is the business training from people that know how to do that and are still full. And it could be technology, it could be the group of people, it could be going out in your industry and doing a different event. Everybody's area is different. And I think the key to that is talking to people that have done this. We've tried to do this for 4 years in this podcast. We got over 400 episodes of people talking about how they built their business in different areas. You might have somebody that is smack dab in the middle of Ferrari country, man, and they don't even think about it. Their follow-ups, they're killing it. But you got other people that are in a snowy environment, and their big thing is, hey, man, in the winter, it is all interiors. We got to go all in on interiors. Somebody else is dealing with Amazon trucks. Somebody else is killing it on dealerships. Having a network of people that you can go to and go, I need another line of business, right? Mm-hmm. How do I do this? Bernice Berry, perfect example of that. Extra stuff. The Parker brothers in Arizona, right? Those guys are phenomenal. They have contractors that come in and do certain parts. Instead of going and learning certain stuff,
yeah, that's okay.
Lost him.
Okay, we can keep going.
But that's the key. Knowing when to put yourself, when to have somebody else do it, and that is a key business thing. You can't do it all. You cannot do it all. Let people do what they need to do. The 400.
Mike, we lost you, buddy.
I don't know
you just dropped off the end of the wheel.
I could still hear everything you guys were saying. I don't know what happened.
You just did.
During our training classes, we're also going to teach how to maintain a good internet connection and how vital that is when you're having meetings. Mine's going to drop next. So
yeah, we actually been really good
messing
solution.
around with a bunch of stuff that's a solution.
So yes,
because for years at the trade shows, we bring our own internet underneath. There's our own internet, and actually, truth be told, the first couple of years at Mobile Tech Expo, I used to let people slip me a 20 and they could use our internet. So
that's a little, that's another ability to pivot and make a little extra money. Thinking outside the box. Yep. I didn't used to like that term because I thought it was a slam at my trade, but it's really not. It allows people to be more flexible to utilize their skill set at different capacities. Ceramic has really opened up that door to a lot of other opportunities in agriculture field, into the industrial field. It really gets into a lot of other opportunities that it's not shameful to be a great detailer and also do other things to generate income for yourself and your family to better your career and better your business. No shame in that at all.
Joel LaPalm and IGL have been absolutely pivotal in that, showing us that you can go out there and do other things that are not just cars. And I think that is the most awesome thing about it, is when you meet somebody that helps you learn what you can do in your area. Years and years ago, Jody and I met a guy that in the off season, he would just pressure wash. He had a pressure washer and he would go around and pressure wash driveways and houses. And he partnered with a house painter, and he would go around and pressure wash the houses before they painted it. That has nothing
painting the wheels.
But he had got to the point where he hired a guy and bought a trailer.
Pivot.
And you highlight IGL. I look at Jaden Embry, who has a very successful detailing shop, and now has created a brand new business all around corrosion control.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Right.
There are opportunities. But I think a lot of times, especially when you're new, you have this expectation that you're going to start your business and you're going to be at somebody else's chapter 7 or chapter 10.
Never the case.
And it is not the case, right? It takes time.
Mm-hmm.
And these types of events, joining the IDA, becoming part of groups like the Detailers of the Roundtable, is really important because it gives you the foundation for you to build on to where you get 5, 7, 10 years down the road. And all of a sudden you look at your business. I look at Luis Guevara out of Texas, and dude, he started out in a chicken suit, and now he's got multiple locations and he's got car washes. Right.
Yeah.
And I think it's these types of events, these types of group that give you the tools to build. So embrace the process of building and become parts of these groups that will help you fulfill your dream.
Yeah, it develops you as an individual. I remember when I first started, I was a teenager. Okay, so for big companies to take me seriously, that was hard. I lacked the knowledge. I lacked a lot of skill sets. And if I was able to go to trainings and business class and everything, develop that now, and I'm able to overwhelm the customer with knowledge. That makes that a lot easier. So Jaden's a perfect example of that. Taking advice, going to classes, learning about business, learning about product sales and detailing as well. So it's great. I mean, we can rocket a new startup business detailer 10 years down the road, because you don't have to make the same mistakes we made. We've paid the price already. We got behind. We lost. We didn't know how we were going to pay rent before. We can fast track that. It's not just a piece of paper or say, hey, I did this. This is applicable information and situational training that will actually help you excel and make you a better individual, a better business person, and make you successful. So I love to see people win, and I really want to help push that.
Yeah, and I think you're looking at some of the stuff that, I mean, I know we've used the Detail Kid and Steve Thompson as an example, but that's a perfect example of, in an isolated environment, Steve has really mentored little Steve and helped him do that. And that's kind of what we're trying to do on a larger scale.
Right.
Well, Tate and Trout was our concept.
Tate and Trout.
It was the concept.
That's a detailer and have them mentor us all the way through our life. And so this is a great opportunity to do that. That's one of the things that everybody's like, well, what is this? It seems a little different. It is different. It's 100% different. This isn't just some, training event. We're doing so much more. And I think that's why we're all excited about it. When we hear about it, we're all on the same page. It's all the same message, and everybody's trying to do the same thing to further the industry. And that helps everyone. And that is back to where we care about what other people are doing and how they're succeeding. And that's what we want to do.
Well, some people get it. Some people get it immediately. Like talking about it, some people's like, I'm in, and they're like, get it. It clicked. Like there was a need for it. And some people just need more explanation and saying, what's our vision? Do you have ulterior motive? What are you trying to overtake? I don't want to take any rungs out anyone's ladder. I want to take that person that's been here longer than me, the veterans or the new guys. I want to excel them as well too. And I think that's a win-win, not only for ourselves, but for the industry too. So we've had a lot of questions, a lot of like, I'm unsure, they're on the fence. So this podcast was for that, to be able to see us face to face and see our sincerity in it. I have a passion for the industry that's been really good to me. I've had an opportunity to meet wonderful people through it. And I'm going to say the past 2 years, I've become such a much better detailer and business owner because of that reason. So,
well, we want to thank you guys for taking the time. I mean, there are so many amazing things that are going on. Rod and I cannot believe. I was sitting there last night. Actually, I was responding to posts that Rigo Santana made.
Yeah.
So shout out to New Generation Detailers and Rigo Santana. I was looking back at our experience at the Peterson Museum. We've been really blessed this year to be a part of the Peterson Museum, Falcon One with IGL Detailing, Air Force One. We're coming out the Detailers of the Round Table. We have SEMA coming up. We have, it just, the list keeps going on. The opportunities keep going. But I think one of the key things is that you got to get involved, right? And not every group is going to fit your personality.
Right.
I think that is important, right? You should be part of the idea.
You find your niche. And that's why I have a lot of respect for Rennie Doyle and the Detail Mafia, because I think we share a similar vision, that passion to pass the torch on. I have nothing but utmost respect for what he's done and paved the way up to that point too. And he gives back so much, and what great opportunities to push the industry forward too. And that's what sparks interest in me. I'm seeing it making the industry more popular, and we all win from that, don't we? Yeah. So we can be a small part of that. I get goosebumps thinking about it, watching people win and excel. And if it's with our group or another group that you fit in better with, that's great. If we're not a great fit, that's okay. There's no hard feelings. I want you to win. If I have something to offer that can benefit you, let's
Even
go.
if it's just a little nugget.
Yeah. I mean, sure. And I'm available on the phone and email. So
Jody's a little nugget. It's a new table, little nugget.
Nugget.
A little small nugget. Yeah.
I want to encourage everybody a couple of things. One thing is encourage everybody to go to the detailersoftheroundtable.com. Check it out for yourself. If you have questions, you can email them there. You can get a hold of us. Go out and subscribe to our podcast on YouTube. It helps us keep doing this and it helps us keep going to events. But don't just subscribe to ours. I am not telling you to go out and just do mine. Subscribe to Dustin Jackson. Subscribe to the Detail Solutions podcast, the Pianist, Beatmaker and Coffee. Go out and subscribe to people's stuff because it costs you nothing and it helps all of us keep going. So go pick 4 of them, RoadFS, one of them, and then the other 3 of anybody in the detailing industry. Go out and follow their stuff. Go out and meet these people because I think there's a lot of misconceptions about certain people, and then you meet them and all of a sudden it changes your mind and you become good friends with them. We have friends all over the world we've met through the detailing industry, and we have blessed. I mean, I can tell you right now that me and little Steve Thompson being able to work on Steve McQueen's Jaguar, the number of zeros that are behind the value of that car, and me being able to touch it and work on it was amazing. So
he was Sir Giddy on that day.
God.
Well, meeting people in person is a lot of times way different than their online persona. So it's important to come to these events and really get the chemistry of the individual, and you may understand them more like that too. So there's a lot of people I didn't think I would like that I liked, and a lot of people I thought I would like, and then I ended up like, oh, we just don't click, And that's why it's important to flesh that out and figure it out together.
Well, thank you guys so much for tapping in, and thank you for everyone that dropped in. We've had a lot of comments.
Yeah.
I haven't been able to see any of them, so I look forward to going through and reading those.
Real quick, guys, if you go to www.detailersaroundtable.com, that's where our information is. So you can hop on there and you can sign up your membership there. You can sign up for your trainings. That's our contact information as well. So you can reach out to us. We have the October event coming up, and we also have Josh Hernandez's training in November. That's going to be a certification program
18th and the 19th.
Right.
In Houston, Texas.
So that's the aviation plug. That's our first 2 that we're associated with, and we're going to have many more to come. So thank you guys for listening, everyone that tuned in. And
we really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot, guys. We will talk to you guys not very long.
So
we'll talk to you guys on Tuesday.
Labor Day weekend coming up. Go out and do something fun. Everybody put down the polisher and go have some fun. That's life, and hang out with your
life balance,
family, and your friends and all that stuff. And one more comment.
We will bounce. And let me guess. I bet you it's either Joel LaPalm or Steve Thompson. Who is it? It is
Joel LaPalm. You're the winner. Come on down.
Joel and Steve, we love you guys.
In fact,
problem.
I would like to, Joel, I would like to get you on, and we need to talk about this, right? Because I love this. Sorry for all my comments. I have a lot more, but not enough time. And I think that's why we do this, because there's so much information that will help you guys in your business. We want to be ready and available for you guys. Please remember to go out, like, share, and subscribe. And next week we have a great detailer that's part of the new generation of detailers, Kyra Mobile. We got Carlos Casadas. He's going to be on board. And then I think Josh Pierce is on the hook. Down the line.
And I am bugging the crap out of Sarah from Rupert. He's going to be on here. So anyway, you guys have a great weekend. Thank you for tuning in.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. We'll see you.
Part of this.
Guys, have a great one.
See ya.